Hey everybody, it's Amanda. It has been a minute since I made an actual budgeting video, and I'm going to go over a little bit of, I guess, the reasons why that was the case. So, don't worry, besties. I'm not loaded. I just have 2 weeks worth of income right here and some change that I need to put into our coin jars. And we're going to go over the closing of this April budget for the month, okay? So, I have some cash here. I will be counting it here in a minute. I wish I could find my cash tray, but I can't. I don't know what in the heck happened to the thing. It just seems to always disappear when I need it, and I have it when I don't. When I don't need it, isn't that the case? So I have some cash. We're going to go over some big budget stuff, and we're going to definitely go into like all the nitty gritty things of what has happened in the last 2 weeks. Okay. So this is the cash, but I wanted to add something to my budget. Okay. So for our groceries, I did spend an extra $77.58, okay? That was supposed to be budgeted in, but I did not budget correctly when I thought of weeks and time and all the different things, okay? So, we have some cash here, and I have some coins. We're gonna get to the coins first. So the silvers are going to go into this container. I'm hoping to fill this year. So we're going to put that in there. And then I've been saving these pennies since like December of last year. Okay. And I did accidentally break the Hello Kitty little coin bank because the dog came in here pretty excited. She did her thing, ran into the desk, and it fell and broke, and that's okay. So let's count our cash. Now, mind you, this came from all of the side hustles, all of the gig working between myself and my husband Jordan, okay? So, if you think that I just made this by myself, you're crazy. This economy has been rough. It has been really, really rough. So, we're going to need our shiny handy dandy calculator. And we're going to start with the big bills first. Okay? So, we have 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700. So, 700 plus... And these are not in order because the bank, basically, it comes out the way it came in. So if somebody didn't face it, it comes out funny. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 makes 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 makes 200, and 20, 40. So plus 240. So 940. And then we've got our tens. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which makes 100. So plus 100. I'm going to have to move this coffee. The coffee needs to stay. Especially after a long day, long week. All the things. Okay. And then we've got our fives, which... might not be in order. That's okay. So we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 5, 10, 15. And that's correct. So plus 115. And then we have a stack of ones, which I know is 50, but we'll count it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, and 52. So I actually broke a bill. That's why. Plus 52. All right. So that makes sense because it was a few dollars more than that. It was $12.10. So we have 100, or I'm sorry, I can't even talk, $1,207. So 1207. Okay. Cheers, besties. It's been one of those days, let me tell you. I also have some happy mail from Miss Cindy. And she always leaves a perfectly folded, wonderful note. Thank you, Cindy, for that. She sent us some letterbucks. If you don't know what letterbucks are, that's a letter on the corner of the ones. And she says, "Hey Amanda, I went through my $1 bills and found A and J bucks. Apparently J bucks didn't show up very often in my area. His $2 bucks goes to Sodies. And would you spend your A-bucks at Subway?" I will definitely do that. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. And she wrote a little note to Jordan, which he said he's keeping this, along with the notes that we keep from you, Cindy. Jordan, don't spend the J-bucks all in the same place, because it's the $2. He actually was making jokes about this in the car, you guys. He's like, "I'm going to spend this on a sody." I was like, you deserve it. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this means that I can get 2 sandwiches on a whatever day of the week sale per 6-inch sandwich. So that's nice. Thank you so much, Cindy. I appreciate that. She knows that we're on the road a lot. And in this last weekend, it was crazy. With all of the Safeway, grocery outlet, Dollar General, Spark, which is Walmart orders, we made a decent income this last week due to the holiday. Okay. And I did go out and do DoorDash on Easter morning, and I did pretty good. Okay. So all the things with a check mark have already been paid. So we've already paid space rent, water, sewage, garbage, internet, car insurance. My credit cards came out unexpectedly. So if you don't know, I had to unstuff my small amount of sinking funds that I had that I was saving up for. So that actually covered that, and it was actually $133.40. Okay, and that's with the little processing fees and all that. We also have some basic things that I have been keeping track of, what I budgeted and what I actually spent. Okay. I also wanted to let you guys know I did leave a small buffer in my bank account for fuel for the week, and it is $80. Okay. So that is, it's actually was supposed to be $1,290 dollars, but I did leave that in there because I am utilizing gosh, what is that app, you guys, for fuel, so I can get gift cards. Get Upside, that's it. Get Upside, that's what I've been using, so that way I get something back for the fuel I use, or the fuel we use, because we use a lot of gas. Obviously, if it's not at a gas station that is cheaper, I'm not going to use the Get Upside app, because to me that's just a waste. But I do try to go for the cheaper gas, just because we go through it quite a bit. So what do we have here? So we have electric. I went ahead and budgeted $280 for electric, but it was not $280, it was $300. It was actually $299 and some change. And then there's a $199 processing fee. The processing fee I will take out of that buffer that I have because it's only $2, but I'm going to go ahead and cash stuff $300 into that envelope. Okay. Now, the reason I haven't filled in these other ones is because they are exactly what I said it was going to be. So, this means that our electricity is up to speed 100%. Don't owe them $1, okay? Not a cent after that. We have phones. So, we'll go like this. Phones, I paid $40, so we need... Let's do the math over here. So 200 minus 140, 200 minus 40 is 160. So we need to put 160 in here. So we'll grab 100, 1, 2, and 3 for that. And I'm realizing I might not need all those ones after all, but I got them just in case. And they all spend the same. So, and if you hear fighting little baby kitties or playful baby kitties, it's because we are still fostering those babies. They're not ready to go home to anybody's homes, but we went ahead and decided to keep them here instead of them becoming feral. Okay, so I'm just gonna go back through and write in. So space rent was $550. Water sewage, that I have written down somewhere over here. Oh, okay, here we go. So water sewage, let's see, we have, because they give it to me in a list here. So 683. Oh, wait a minute. I already paid water sewage. Okay, that's why it's not making sense. I'm like, why does it say May 1st? Okay, I already got my bill for water sewage. So I did budget the correct amount. It was actually $49.88. Okay, I was looking at the wrong page. We're getting ahead of ourselves, Amanda. We're getting ahead of ourselves. We did get a recycling bin. Our garbage was $33, now it's $38, and it was exactly $38. Okay. Our internet was $65. Okay. And then phones, we paid that through. This was $200 total. Okay. And then we paid our car insurance, which was $226 even, but it's going to go down the next month. Okay. Home insurance is the next one that needs to be stuffed. And that one is a newer bill to us. We do have home insurance on this manufactured home, along with the liability that we were asked to get. And that is $68. Now, somebody asked me if I can pay this ahead. The answer is yes, but I'm walking it down there, so I don't want to walk down like a whole buttload of money. Okay, so, but this is $68, so we're going to write 68 in here. Okay, and I will walk that down to their main office because that's where I signed up. And they do take cash, and that is with their little processing fee. Okay. Car insurance. Did I not stuff car insurance? No, I did. I already did. Okay. I need to put dates next to whatever I stuffed. Not just the due date. That's the one thing I don't like about this. However, everything else is fine. So car insurance is paid. Home insurance now has money. Personal bills, I keep this quiet to myself. It's $300, but I can tell you some of it is a medical bill that I continue to have to pay that should have been paid during the pandemic along with the other bills that got paid by my insurance, because at the time I was on full health benefits through the state of Oregon. Okay, but some of it goes to something else. Okay, subscriptions are going to be $45, which we're going to go ahead and put 40 and then 5 with that. Okay, so $45. So I will say this, I did end up finding an hourly job. It's going to be something I'm going back to, a job I've already done. It's not a new job. They do need somebody, and honestly, I'm not even going to tell you where it is. I might do a video on it down the road, but it is a weekly paying job. Okay, so all of our basic bills have been paid, and we are going to tally up how much we spent throughout the entirety of the month. Okay, so this is what was budgeted, and this is what we paid. And some of these are variable expenses. I didn't need the whole $140 for the pet supplies this last go around, so I do have cat food, dog food. I do have money for small critter food, which is crickets and bugs, because we have reptiles. We don't have many reptiles left because some of them did age out and pass away. And we no longer have Steve. He passed away as well, unfortunately. And he was a rescue. So we don't know exactly how old Steve was. But we did reduce the spending with pet supplies. Pet supplies has been very expensive. So if you see a difference, this is what we actually paid. So let's go ahead and add these two together while I'm thinking about it. So 221. Why did I do that twice? 221, 98 plus 77.58. So we actually paid $299.56. So we actually went over our grocery budget by quite a bit, in my opinion. And that's even with going to the food pantry. Why am I taking this away? So in bills, we paid $550 plus 300 plus, because I'm taking that away, it's already in the in my account, plus 49 plus 38 plus 65 plus 200 plus 226 plus 68 plus 133, 40 plus 300 plus 45 equals. So we actually spent in bills $1,975.20. So this is what we budgeted for. This is our actual. So let's go ahead and see the difference. So minus 1934 equals. So, that was messed up. So 1,975.20 plus, or I'm sorry, minus 1934. So we paid a total of $41.20 over in bills, which is still not terrible. But then it gives me an idea of what I need to budget for next month, and to allow myself maybe to add in a $50 buffer just for bills at the bottom. So that way I know that that's what I have to make. Because overall, as a self-employed person, I am budgeting what I actually need, and then I'm going off of what I actually paid, and then I'm trying to get this amount. So this is what I need to make right here, is this amount, instead of this amount, just to keep the bills going. Okay, next is going to be groceries. We did overspend on groceries, we know that. We underspent on fuel. We have a household amount of $60 that we budgeted for. I actually spent $38.50 at Dollar Tree, Dollar General, and Fred Meyer. Easter baskets, I didn't actually use Easter baskets, so we're just going to do fun. Easter fun, I prepared $40. We spent $40. And then pet supplies, I saved $30 on by going to PetSmart and to the Cricket Place that I got a better deal at. Okay, so, and the Cricket Place is another pet store. But overall, I think even though some of our numbers were over, some of these were under as well. So that helped out quite a bit. So, as far as the job goes, I know that I am likely going to get paid weekly based off of what I know about the job. So I will add our weekly income. That will be Jordan's time in the car, my time in the car, my hourly job, and all the different things. Okay. However, the remainder of this money is going to go to another special cash stuffing video. And it's not quite over yet for the month, because this has to go somewhere, right? I wish I could say I'm saving all this, but I have a plan that you're going to want to stick, around to watch. So we do have some money left over. Let's count it out. So we have 20, 40, 60, 80. And we know that's 52 because we didn't use any. 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 85, 90, 95, $200. And then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85. So 200 plus 85 plus 52. So we have $377 or $337, sorry, left over. Now, I have to tell you, this is pretty good for us, and you're going to see why in the next video. But I also have a little incentive. Some of you guys who watch these budgeting channels or these budgeting videos that I have, you're going to want to know where this money goes to. This money came from somewhere specific. You guys may or may not have helped me out with this in a certain fund that I had created recently. So if you want to go check out and see what I'm up to on my members only, I will leave the link down in the description box. Hint, hint, Miss Cindy. If you want to join, it's only $4.99 a month. If you don't, that's okay too. I appreciate all the people that are over there watching. And some of you guys know it's a pretty big secret. So I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.